Ant nuptial flight has begun in North America. And the dragon bloom's slumber has come to an end. Do you have all the tools necessary to catch all the ants you can this season? Well, if not, today we will be building an essential ant catching and cleaning tool. This is a manual aspirator, and with it you will be able to maximize your ant catches. Hello all, welcome back to my channel. My name's Alan, but you can call me Al. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Here are a list of items we will need for today's build. Awful eager to grab that drill, aren't you? Our first item is a large pill bottle. I've also seen cotton swabs come in these bottles, so you might be able to get a bottle like this with cotton swabs. Now you can grab the drill, buddy. Our second item, of course, the drill. Alright, they get it, my guy. Put the drill down. Our third item would be tubing, which I do not have on the ant desk. Next, you will need some sort of heavy cloth filter. Here I'm using black felt. I use this stuff for everything, guys. Our next item is vinyl tape. Electrical tape, some people call it. And finally, your bottle's sealing paper. You will get this bad boy from the inside of the cap of your bottle, if it has one. Some bottles don't have them. It's best to keep it if you guys do have it inside the bottle. I will not be needing mine, so I will just go ahead and remove this. Just remember, guys, we are trying to create an airtight seal, so you may need to leave this in your bottle. That should be just about everything you need for this build. Very simple, no? And our end result should look something like this. I do not have the filter yet in this one because it's not quite complete. And I used one long piece of tubing, which I'll just go ahead and cut about here. Okay then, let's get on with the build. So first I will need the bottle. I'm just going to make two T's right here, opposite of each other, on top of this lid. One here, and one here. I'm just going to scratch these or scribe these into the lid because I do not have my whiteout marker. It's a little tough to see under this light, but under the drill light, it will be easier to see. There, I have my two marks, directly across from each other. Now, let's just mark them the other way, so I know where to center my drill bit. You'll want to make sure that your marks are far enough apart so that the holes that we drill do not overlap. These should be far enough apart for the 1/2-inch diameter tubing that I'm using. You can also use a smaller bottle and smaller tubing for smaller ants if you would like. This build is for large ants. Also, make sure to use the correct size drill bit for the tubing that you are going to use. As you can see here, I'm using a much smaller drill bit than our actual tubing. After centering our drill bit on our mark, we will just go ahead and drill our holes. I recommend leaving the lid on the bottle, not only because it will catch the flyaway, but it's also much safer on your hands. And now we can center on our other mark with our drill bit. and just drill this hole through as well. Also, use a light touch when drilling through plastic. You don't ever want to catch your hand with that drill bit. And now we have our 2 holes drilled for our tubing. And if you did decide to take your bottle's sealing paper out halfway through your build, like we have shown here, you can always just pop it back in and get something narrow and realign it back with the holes, and you should be good to go. You may still have to punch the other hole, as shown here. For the next part, you will need your vinyl tape, as well as your vinyl tubing. And you're going to want to wrap your tape around your tubing. That way, when you push your tubing through the lid, it makes an airtight seal. I recommend making this tubing about 1 foot long. You're going to need a few inches of it inside of the bottle. You'll want to push your tubing through the lid and make sure you have 2 or 3 inches of the tubing inside the bottle. You'll also want to make sure your vinyl tape that you put on your tubing is now on both sides of the lid, ensuring that you have an airtight seal. You'll want to complete your seal by putting vinyl tape on the outside of the lid as well. Remember, this is the end of the tube you will be inhaling through. And now we will add the filter. This part is added so you don't suck ants down your throat. It's not a pleasant feeling, guys. Trust me. So now you will take your heavy cloth, here I'm using my black felt, and I'll wrap it around the end of the tubing. And I'll tuck everything in nice and tightly. And then we'll just take our vinyl tape and run it around the outside of the felt. And now for the other side. This will be the same concept as the other side, guys. Run your vinyl tape around the outside of your tubing, and then fit your tubing inside the lid. You'll want to make sure that this tubing does not go as far inside the bottle as your other one has. This is to ensure the ants won't be able to reach this tubing from the bottom of the bottle and escape. You can also use vinyl tape on the inside of the lid to complete the seal if need be. And then we can put the lid back on the bottle and we are ready to catch ants. Simply position the shorter tubing over the ant you wish to catch and inhale. And please, if you like this video, like, subscribe, share with your friends. This is an essential tool for new ant keepers. Thanks for watching.